What's up, guys? Lou Splenda here, and today we got a tier list of hand traps that we're gonna be doing. And today I'm joined by the one and only, the outstanding, the most handsome, the most smartest man to ever play Flunderies, Keys BTCG. Everybody, give this man a round of applause.
Oh, thank you. I like that intro went from like really enthusiastic, like really building it up, and then you just really narrowed down the hole that I fit in by saying who plays Flaunderies. So you said though that we're looking at this specific to Master Duel, which means I'm gonna have a lot of wrong opinions, so I'm absolutely prepared to just be told how little I know about this game after this video goes live.
Yeah, I just want to say to my 10 viewers that are gonna watch like the first 30 seconds of this, if for some reason you do make it past and you have an opinion on Keys BTCG, please just let him know. Let him know how wrong he is, and maybe that'll give them the fire that he needs to start playing Master Duel like the rest of us, and actually have a proper Master Duel channel, and that's my goal in life at the moment. So I think with you guys' help, we could do it.
I mean, when they give me Memento and SP Little Knight and Master Duel, I'll play it.
You want SP Little? We got Snake Eyes right now. You want SP Little Knight with it? Oh my god.
SP Little Knight is the best Memento card in existence.
I agree with that.
So anyway, let's jump into what the actual video is about before I go on a rant about why you shouldn't pre-order video games.
All right, so here we have like a bunch of the cards that are classified maybe as hand traps. Most we know about, some we don't. So we actually have a couple tiers. We added a we don't play penned because there's some pendulum cards that are hand traps for some reason. I don't know. So shall we start? The first one we have is Prohibit Snake.
Okay, so Prohibit Snake I know is like good, or it was played in Salamangreat at one point. I don't really know how good it is, but like I know generically, obviously, it's not that good. I don't even remember what it does off the. Hold on, I'm gonna look up Prohibit Snake on my end while you talk about it.
Yeah, I'll definitely talk about it. So first, I'm actually gonna say this. If you guys don't know Keysby loves Salamangreat. All he does is like talk about TOS format, the best, the most amazing format, and how Salamangreat dominated that format and how crazy good it was. I disagree. I think Salads was ass and it's still ass. And me personally, I don't remember what Electric Snake does or whatever Prohibit Snake does. It's something in the battle phase, right? It's like a battle trap or something. Just because it's associated with Salamangreat, I would put it in the F tier. I'll put it lower than that, but our lowest is F.
I think, okay, so at the start of the damage step, Cyber's Link Monster battles an opponent's monster, send this card from your hand to the graveyard, bounce the opponent's monster. Cyber's monster destroys a monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard while cards in the graveyard, banish one, target one level 4 or Cyber's added to your hand. I mean, it's good in a specific deck, but generically, I don't think it's great. I'm gonna put it in D.
You want D? All right.
Give it a good D.
I'm cool with that. If MathMix starts playing it, then maybe we can crank it up. But next one,
I think
Gores. Huh?
Oh, Gore. I mean, Gores is like an automatic S for Legacy. Gores has to go in an S. Gores changed the way people like mechanically played Yu-Gi-Oh! And I think just for that, it has to go in an S. Gores is the reason that to this day, I attack lowest to highest on attack value.
But we're talking about Master Duel here. All right, so we're not considering like Legacy. And to be fair, right? To be fair, people didn't start playing Gores till later on.
No, people played Gores the moment Gores came out. Like, as soon as Gores came out, people played Gores.
That's not what Simo said.
I don't think that's true. I'm pretty sure I played Gores as soon as, like, they put it in whatever it came out in. I was like, this card's kind of broken. Let's play it.
All right. Well, let's keep it Master Duel-y. All right.
All right. I mean, if you're playing Edison format on Master Duel, Gores is an S.
You know what? Fuck it.
I guess, yeah, in modern context, sure, but I think Gore should be an S just for legacy.
No, yeah, no. Let's leave Maxi, because I know we're gonna put Maxi at, right? I mean, let's just get out of the way.
Maxi's like a C, right?
Yeah, no.
Do we have to talk about it?
I mean, should we talk about it, or like should we? Because it's so good. You know, it's an amazing card. It's definitely nasty. You know, like I think most people, you know, this is like, you know, it's up there with Blue Eyes Dark Magician, Dragoon. Like in terms of knowledge, you know, like people know it.
Yeah. I mean, I say Max C gets an automatic S, but I'm talking about it from the perspective of I start my turn, my opponent shotguns Max C in the draw phase, and I slam down Rubina.
Yeah.
Like the feeling of slamming down Rubina to the table as soon as Max C has been played just feels so good.
It does.
So S tier for me for that one.
You said F tier or S tier?
S tier, S tier.
Oh, S tier. Okay. Honest.
I'm gonna be a little generous to Honest. I'm gonna give it a C. It doesn't really, I don't think it has any modern relevance, but again, like I just give it the little bit of legacy. And you know, I guess you could play it in Trickstar if you're so inclined.
You want to give it a legacy tax?
I'm gonna give it a legacy tax, but I'm not giving it the legacy tax of Gores, which should be an S, by the way. I'll give it a C.
You know what? We'll do this. We'll put Gores up with C, and then we'll put Honest next to it. All right.
Fine.
Even though I think Gores, you know what? I'll be fair to Gores, because Gores definitely saw more play than Honest.
Oh.
So I'll put Gores at B.
Gores changed the game around itself. Like, it's like, you know how like Mech Knights is like, you don't play shit in the same columns like to this day, even though Mech Knights isn't relevant.
Yeah.
Like Gores, I still attack lowest to highest, even though outside of playing Edison format, I haven't gotten hit with Gores in well over a decade.
Unless you play it Apex Heavy, I think I'll talk about Apex first.
That's true. That's different.
Effect Veiler.
I'm gonna give Effect Veiler an A. I think it's really good. Yeah, I'm gonna give it an A. It's really good. It's generically strong. I mean, it's in the TCG. It's seeing an insane amount of play right now. Also, you know, it's like a targeted negation. It's really just a very good hand trap. I mean, it's a tuner, a 1-star tuner, which is really good. It's a 1-star spellcaster, so like the typing's there for, you know, if you want to like do Celine to go into access code, you have that typing. 1-star for relinquished anima and Link Karibo. It just kind of is like an all-encompassing, really good card. I mean, it can be hit with Called by the Grave. It sets off Talents and Thrust, which is kind of like not great about it, but I don't know. I give it an A.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I don't want to talk too much about it until we get to Imperm. But yeah, it's definitely a really good hand trap, and also it's really good in Snake Eyes. I actually just got hit with this. Somebody did the Word Elf, and then they searched Effect Veiler. I was like, yo, that shit is good.
You can do it.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree. I think a A tier is fair. Ash Blossom.
Okay, this might ruffle a few feathers, but I want to put Ash Blossom in B.
Oh, B is like, oof.
Okay, so I think Ash Blossom, and especially right now, Ash Blossom is like really format dependent. I think if like you're playing, and there's a lot of decks right now that are playing like 12, 15 hand traps, I think you play Ash in that pile of hand traps for sure. Ash is pretty much live against every single deck. Like you're never gonna, it's gonna be really rare that you're gonna play against a deck where like Ash isn't going to come up. But most decks can play through a single copy of Ash. It's like Ash in combination with other hand traps. Like I think actually Veiler is more impactful than Ash right now.
Yeah.
And honestly, like if I was gonna play a deck and I was only gonna jam like 6 hand traps in it, like when we were looking at that Guru deck where we're only playing 6 hand traps, like I'm not gonna play Ash. I'm just gonna play really high impact hand traps. And I think Ash is a much lower impact hand trap right now.
Uh, I don't know if I agree with the where you want to put it at. I do agree with everything you said, though. I mean, yeah, there's like Ash does feel bad right now, especially in Master Duel. I consider taking it out just because I'm like, you know, even with like with against Brandon, which I think is probably the most effective deck to Ash. It feels not good, you know, because they could still leave you a decent board and even play on your turn and still interrupt you really well. I just think like Ash been so good for so long, and even now, like sometimes when you see Ash and your opponent might be bricked up, and then you Ash that one thing, and then they either scoop or pass turn, and it's like really good. Because I don't think Troll is decent. It's like it's okay against Snake Eyes, you know. Like once you get like, you know, you do Ash, you get popular, and from there you could just end up on a decent board still, you know. Ooh, but I mean, B, it's like oof.
I think I'm leaning on B, but like I would say top of the B tier. I would put it at top of the B tier for Ash.
Top of B. So even better than Valor?
Well, no, Valor's an A. I think Valor is better than Ash right now. Like I would run, if I had to like limit the hand traps I was running and I had to pick between the two, I would run Valor before I ran Ash right now.
Yeah, but are you taking account into Maxi, right? Because Ash is like one of your, because you only got 2 fold buys, 1 cross out, and then 3 Ash. So you have 6 responses to Maxi. If you drop Ash, then you only have 3.
I guess, yeah. I mean, and again, this is my I'm not a Master Duel player showing. I'm still gonna give it a high B, but I would put it at the bottom of A then, based on that.
Okay, yeah.
I would consider bottom of A.
That's what I was thinking, yeah. Rainbow Karibo.
Okay, I have no idea what Rainbow Karibo does, but given the fact that I've never before seen it touch the field, I'm just gonna put it in F. Sorry.
You don't even want to read it. It's like,
I don't even want to read it. I've never seen it. Like I've seen people play Prohibit Snake before, which is why I kind of had to read it. I've never seen Rainbow Karibo before in a game.
Okay. You know what? I did pull it up. I was like, he's gonna want to read it. I'm not even gonna. Let's just go to the next one. Droll.
Droll, I'm gonna say is top of A tier. I think what keeps it out of S for me is it's another one that I think is a little bit format dependent. And I do think Droll is one of those cards that there are a lot of decks that can like play around Droll in the sense that like they can't go full combo, but they can kind of set up like a lower reaching board even under Droll. I think Droll is one of those ones that's also like really, really, really strong with other hand traps. But I would say, honestly, it's fair to put at the top of A. That would be my take on it.
Top of
especially
A.
Right now.
Yeah, you know, and I think Droll is really versatile too. Like it doesn't feel nice, but Droll sometimes even you could use it to answer Maxi. You know, like your opponent draws one and then you just drop Droll, and then like you'll have to play around your own Droll, but if you're able to do it, you know, it's a way of playing around that Maxi also.
I'm with you.
So I like that. I don't remember what this is. Oh, Tragodia.
Tragodia. I mean, I don't think Tragodia has the same legacy as Gores, and it doesn't really see modern play. But I just have such a soft spot for it because I love Edison format. Can we humor me and put Tragodia in C?
Yeah, we could do that. Tragodia is
all right. Let's humor me and put Tragodia.
This is the pen card. I don't remember what this is. Sorry, people. Oh well. Ghost Ogre.
Ghost Ogre I want to put in B. I think it's good, but I also think it's like a little too specific right now.
Yeah.
So far as like how versatile it is. It's format dependent.
I would actually even put it, yeah, I think like definitely top B is definitely better than Gores, of course. And yeah,
I mean, yeah, sure.
and it is format dependent card. I love this card, you know, and I think you love this card too. And it is a shame that it's not good right now, you know. Because yeah, those Snake Eyes, they send themselves costs and everything, and like anything like branded, it doesn't matter, you know. Super Heavy Samurai does not care, you know. If anything, you're helping them out.
Yeah. I mean, Unchained, it wrecks your face. It's brutal. Playing that against Unchained is not fun.
Yeah. Ghost Bell and the Haunted Mansion.
Ooh, I want to put that at the bottom of A. Ghost Bell is seeing a lot of side deck play right now. I mean, it's a great swing into the Promethean Princess move.
Yeah.
And I just think it's like overall, I think it's one of those ones that's like a sleeper in how versatile it is.
Yeah, yeah, it does hit like a bunch of weird cards that do things, and yeah.
It's even like if you have to like really clutch hit someone with Droll and they go to Call by the Grave you, like you can Ghost Bell Call by the Grave.
Yes.
I mean, it's protection from DD Crow also if you're like on the receiving end and your opponent's like, oh, DD Crow and Promethean Princess, or even like Soul Release also.
Right.
I'm gonna say bottom of A, because while it is like really versatile, it is like also kind of weirdly specific at the same time.
Yeah. And fun fact, this is actually, I agree with you, by the way. This is the only hand trap so far that's a UR that I don't have. I don't have any copies of Ghost Bell.
Bump it to S then, because I want you to feel bad about not having it.
I'm gonna drop it to F. So, Astrograph Sorcerer.
We don't play Pendulum.
But you know, I do want to talk about this because
okay,
Astrograph Sorcerer is such a nasty card in Pendulums. It's not once per turn. They summon that fucker out 100 times. You know, especially with the Princess now. Yeah, we don't play Pendulums.
Are they using the hand trap? I genuinely don't know, because it's been a while since I've played against Pendulum. Do they even use the hand trap portion of the effect, or is that just like one of those effects that's like tacked onto something that never, like the fact that Stratos can destroy back row, like it comes up one every like 10 games against Hero?
I mean, I've never seen them actually like the hand trap effect, right? It's like it summons itself from the hand, right? Like a card's destroyed with like Electromite, basically, and then boom, you summon it.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. I mean, that's also getting into the definition of what is a hand trap and what's not a hand trap.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I just wanted to make a record of this. Like, I feel like it should be in like probably B tier, but we are gonna put it here because honestly, all the Pendulum players play it. But I personally have zero experience with it, so it goes there.
Fair enough. Yeah, I would put that in. We don't play Pend. I just don't know enough about it to really talk about it.
One of the best Adamantipator cards of all time.
Nibiru. Okay, I have an unpopular opinion about Nibiru.
Okay,
I would put Nibiru in. Okay, I would put Nibiru in B. The reason I would put Nibiru in B.
Wild.
Okay, hear me out. I think Nibiru is remarkably strong. I think it is a turn-ending card. My problem with Nibiru is I feel like every deck worth its salt can spit out a negation by turn 5 or by summon 5. Like they can just like drop Barone or Savage or something. And like there's something to be said about like, you know, if your opponent drops Barone, you throw Nibiru, you are eating that once per face up Barone negation, or like, you know, depending on if they're making the Savage specifically to protect from Nibiru, they might only have one negation on it. Yeah. So like, yeah, there's like definitely value to be had there for sure.
Yeah.
But I think Nibiru is at its best with other hand traps. I think it's really good, like, if you can lower the ceiling of a board with, like, and this is the same way I feel about Ash. Ash is really good with other hand traps. And Nibiru is just kind of like the deal closer. You know what I mean? Like, so that's kind of why I put Nibiru in B. I mean, there are decks that it absolutely just hoses, for sure. But then there are other decks that, like, yeah, it's just like, all right, big deal. You know what I mean? You've Nibiru'd me. I'm just going to continue playing.
Yeah.
Like, Nibiruing Pearly is just like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I mean, you said what, B?
I would put it at the top of B. That's my personal take. It is remarkably strong, but it's like just a little bit too... I don't know, like, it's just a little bit...
You think Ghost Bell is better than Nibiru right now?
No, I said at the top of B. I think,
But we got fucking Ghost Bell at the end of A.
Oh, Ghost Bell. Yeah, I mean, I think Ghost Bell's just a little more versatile right now. And it's, again, it's a format-specific thing, in my mind.
I don't know. I mean, I'll be honest.
We could put it in A, too. I wouldn't feel bad about putting it in A. That's just, like, my personal hot take on the card, though.
Well, yeah, because here's the thing, right? Like, Nibiru definitely sees more play than Ghost Bell. And like you said, that shit with Gorse, you know, where, like, you attack with the lowest first. Like, people play, like, if you can't make a fucking Baron or, like, a Negate or something, right? They'll fucking summon 4, and then I do it all the time. I'll play Kashtira, I'll play 4, and then, like, I won't even make Shangri-La, I won't make a Rice Heart. I'm like, whatever, like, you know, like, I'll find a way to build my board back up, but I'm not gonna let you nib me, because then I'm not gonna have anything.
You know what? I'll give you that. Just, you know, by the fact that it is a card that does change player behavior, I will 100% give you that one.
So I think either we put it at the bottom of, you know, you know what, honestly, I think it's even better than Ash. In this specific moment, I think it's even better than Ash.
Okay, I'll take that.
So, and if we want to drop Ghost Bell, I'll be okay with dropping Ghost Bell over, like, top of B, or even keep it at bottom A. I don't know.
I will accept that. Putting it where you have it.
All right, so next we have Dark Honest.
Yeah, Dark Honest is gonna be an F. I've never once before seen this card see play.
Yeah, I agree. I actually pulled this out of when Lightning Overdrive came out. I went and bought some packs, and I should have sold it. It was like 20 something, I think, when it first came out, and I for some reason I held onto it, and then it dropped in value, and it got reprinted and everything. His ass.
I mean, I think it's like, I almost want to put it in D just because, like, I think it's cool, but it's terrible. So, like, no, I gotta put it in F. I think it's a cool card. It's super just like, oh man, edgy anime, and you know, I'm playing Memento, which is like peak edgy anime.
Yeah. You throw it in it.
No. leave it in F. Leave it in F where it belongs. What are we on now?
All right, so we are in Cypher Gamma now.
Man, okay. What is Gamma at in Master Duel? It's at 2, right?
Yeah.
I gotta put Gamma at the bottom of B. I think it's really good. But I think, like, when it gets hit down to, like, 2, and in TCG it's at 1, and it's like, I don't even think it's worth playing at 1. But I want to put it at the bottom of B, just because, like, only having 2 copies of it is rough. It's got that, you know, specificity to it where you can't control anything on the field, which is great for, like, turn 0, but, you know, it's not like you can start using it in response to stuff if you have a board. And the fact that you have to play the brick that is Driver as well. But it's also, like, so powerful if you get to resolve it that, like, I don't want to put it low, but I also can't personally put it too high up.
Yeah, I think, I don't know. I think for me it would depend on what deck you're playing it. Like, obviously, I don't think like in Snake Eyes it'd be okay, but like I don't think you have the room for it. Maybe something like Mama Diem, whatever. Cause like you could just, yeah, thank you. Cause you could just make fucking Stardust, you know, and make you can make a Baron like super early and.
Well, Baron's a 10. You would need another 2.
Well,
another non-tuner 2.
You bring the Gamma back.
Oh yeah, with
Yeah, you bring the Gamma back.
Stardust Actile Dragons.
Exactly, yeah. Why you think Gamma's at 1 in TCG?
Yeah, no, that's exactly why Gamma's at 1 in the TCG. I still want to put it at the bottom of B because I agree. I think it is like a really strong card, but I think like the fact that it got semied, like if it wasn't semied, I would put it at the top of A.
Yeah.
If you had 3 copies of it, but I just think like all things considered, maybe mid B.
Mid B.
You know what? Put it. I would put it behind Ghost. I think Ghost Ogre is just a little bit more versatile. Like not as strong, but a little bit more versatile. All right, we got my boy.
Fantasme.
I would put Phantasme at the bottom of B. I think it's a cool card. I think it's very format dependent though. And I just don't think it's like really that good right now specifically.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up really quick. Just I want to refresh on the effect.
Yeah, I think it's like you draw cards up to the link rating and then you put one back or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's got like
+1.
a graceful charity effect.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really good in the TCG for a hot minute when Unchained was like the best deck for a month. Because you could actually like the secondary effect on it when your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a monster you control. Like, you know, you could shut off their trap that pops your monster and pops their monster and lets them go off. So, and plus you got to draw cards. So I think it was good then. I just don't think it's as relevant right now.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, like, you know, Snake Eyes is always going to make Link Karibo, but like, you got the draw 1 off that, but the destruction protection is not really doing a ton for you. I just think there's like better stuff. It's not bad, but there's better stuff you could be playing. So I would say bottom of B for it.
Bottom of B. Yeah, I mean, I think I haven't seen Master. I haven't seen not one soul play this shit.
It was like a TCG thing for a minute.
Yeah, for sure. I even played this in the TCG, and yeah, I think because I think it's a decent card, even though I haven't seen any play in Master Duel. Yeah. Battle Fader.
Oh, you put it in C. Damn, you're harsher on it than I was.
I was gonna put it in D. So I was gonna put it right in front of the like Chasing 8.
All right, we'll meet in the middle. Battle Fader, put it in D, honestly.
D.
I'm saving it from F because I think it's really funny
You
in
wanna
the decks
put
that do use it.
Gores in fucking B? You wanted to give Gores an S, and you want to put freaking Battle Fader in D?
Dude, Battle Fader, okay, when Battle Fader was relevant, it was just annoying. Like, you didn't have to do anything specific. Like, you didn't change the way you played the game to play around Battle Fader. You just attacked, and your opponent was like, Battle Fader, and you're like, great, cool, that's fun.
No, you're like, great, this motherfucker's about to monarch me here pretty soon.
It was just annoying. No, I wanna put it in D. It's just such a, like, it exists, and, I mean... If you're playing like a weird stun deck, sometimes it sees play, but like, yeah. I also, for whatever reason, I was convinced Battle Fader was a tuner for the longest time.
Yeah.
I really don't know why I thought it was a tuner.
It should be a tuner.
All right.
Infinite Impermanence.
Imperm is an S for me.
You're like, yeah, so we don't even have to talk about this card.
I mean, it's just like, it does so much. It is literally a hand trap. It's iconic. And The fact that the column negation on this card is so good, and I feel like people don't talk about it enough.
Yeah, no, for sure, is really good. I liked it better when Master Duel. Now they did the animation where like it lights up the column. You know, it's like don't do that, man. Come on, like let people play into the Emperor column.
The amount of games that I've won because like my opponent wasn't paying attention to the imperm column is like that's kind of gives it the S for me. Even just like proactively being able to set imperm in a column that like you know there's something you're gonna want to deal with.
Exactly, yeah.
Is like really powerful. Like it, you know, like against stun decks, it's really nice for that double swing where you hit their you hit the oh my god the fossil dino and you set it in the same column as their summon limit, and then you're just like, birds come to me.
Yeah, no, and also the feeling, you ever had like an imperm set and you pass turn and then they don't really got much going on, so they like set a card in your imperm column and you're like, fuck, like now I gotta play around their imperm. It's like this whole dynamic that comes on because now you gotta chain it right,
Yeah. And I mean that's also too, there's something to be said for like cards that have just like altered player behavior.
Yeah.
Like you don't set into like you don't play into the imperm column. Like when I'm firing, even if I don't have a monster on field, I don't fire off spell traps in columns that have stuff set.
Exactly. Yeah, and for like just because you want to get in that habit, of not doing it, even if you don't have a monster.
Exactly. So yeah, I think imperm is a safe S for me.
Facts. I love this card. Evenly matched.
See, I don't consider evenly matched a hand trap.
I don't consider Gemini Imps a hand trap.
Oh, we're gonna talk about Gemini Imps. But if we're gonna rank evenly matched as a hand trap, I would actually put it below Nibiru in the A column. I think it's a remarkably powerful card, but like you generally have to be going second to really like play it.
Yeah.
And like there are ways to play, there's like janky ways to play around it. The funniest way of playing around it in Memento is just nuking your own field and then looking at your opponent and being like, I mean, this sucks. I had to clear my own field, but I didn't have to banish anything. And I keep my SP Little Knight.
Yeah.
But no, I would put it mid-A.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think, I love this card. This card is, especially Master Duel, because you could just, you win the coin toss, you're going second. You go second like 90% of the time. And if you wanted to go that route, and
the math on what you just said makes absolutely no sense, by the way. You go second 90% of the time.
Well, yeah, because you do run into players that make you go second when they win the coin toss. Like you see a Mekongo player or like Cyber Dragon player,
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Or no, they make you go first.
Well, yeah, sorry, yeah, they make you go first. Yeah, they make you go first. Yeah, that's what I meant. They make you go first. But like most of the people that win the coin toss, they want to go first. And then if you win the coin toss, then you make them go first. So you're going second. And what I've been doing lately, I've been waiting for the countdown to hit 0, and then I press go second so that it looks like it was random, and then they got to go. It's a strat I've been trying out.
Yeah, Konami's gonna ban you for that one. It's dishonesty.
Yo, but I love this card. This card, just the only thing I wish we had a chat or something, because I would love to see people's reaction of like just going to battle phase and then dropping an evenly match, and especially when they have a negate and you have 2 evenly matches. Oh man,
I was just gonna say non-once per turn.
Crazy. That card is so crazy, and you can use it on your opponent's battle phase too, like at the end of their battle phase.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think mid A is fair for it, for sure. Like right next to Nibiru.
Yeah. Clear Karibo.
Okay, I am gonna throw this out there. If Master Duel specifically had side decking, just for the amount of people on Master Duel that play DD Dynamite related strategies, I would consider siding Clear Karibo.
Yeah, I think people missed out on their opportunity when that was a thing with the bots, you know.
But that being said, sorry, Clear Haribo, you're getting an F.
Big facts. You know what? But I'm
Uh,
actually put it in front of Honest because people do play the Karibo decks. But I think literally nobody plays Dark Honest.
I don't think you even play Clear Karibo in like a pure Karibo deck. I also don't know what a pure Karibo deck looks like.
I think they might use it for the name.
I mean, there's so like you have the Karibo brothers now, though.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. We should have made a I don't know the Karibo column too. Like Karibo.
I mean, it's not too late.
I don't know what the fuck this is.
Yeah, it's weird that they put this in there. This is like a hyper specific one. Which crafter Golem Aruru?
Oh yeah, yep.
I do remember, and I don't know if this was like a thing with people I knew specifically or a widespread thing, but like I knew a couple of people who were testing this out generically because it is like it's technically not locked into the Witchcrafter archetype. I mean, it has an effect that is like only relevant to Witchcrafters, but it also has the effect that when your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a spellcaster monster you control or targets it for an attack, you can special summon this. Oh, you do need Witchcrafters. Oh, yeah, you target one card your opponent controls, special summon this card, and if you do, you bounce the targeted card. So, like, it's good for, like, spellcaster related stuff. I think people were like, and again, I don't know if there's, like, a widespread thing or just people I knew, but, like, people were testing it out and, like, like, Endymion kind of stuff, because it was, like, it is, like, technically protection and, like, a bonus.
Yeah.
That being said, D.
Oh, a D, really? Oh, wow. Okay.
I would give it a D. I think it actually has like a cool effect, but it's just so hyper specific to like only spellcasters and only when your spellcaster is targeted for something that like I don't know, it's not gonna see play. Like it's not like which I'm kind of surprised that. So just for context, this was a list that Lou pulled from online of like all the hand traps in Master Duel, and there are some like they're definitely missing, like Salvarius, the Ascended Dragon, or whatever it's called, the Ritual Monster Dragon hand trap.
No idea.
Like, I think that's just like generically better because that's like targeting protection for everything. And I know that has seen generic play, and it's seeing rampant play in Voiceless Voice right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like that I would put in like a B, but no, not Witchcrafter. Golem Aruru. Sorry, Witchcrafter fans.
Sorry, well, I hate Witchcrafter people. So many times, I wish a Witchcrafter player would comment on this video. I would block you immediately. As soon as I see a Witchcrafter word, I don't care if you're saying witch black of the Black Forest, witch diabolist, I do not care. You say witch, you're gone.
Don't talk shit about Witch of the Black Forest. She's a legend.
Yeah, listen, the Witchcrafter people and Duel Links, annoying as fuck. Every time the worst thing, that freaking card that like, oh, reveal 100 spell cards and she gains 1,000,000 freaking attack. Get out of here. You know,
Yeah, it's annoying.
I'm over here trying to red eye fusion you to death, and you're over here pumping your cards to 1,000,000 attack and bouncing cards and doing all this shit. Like, get out of here. They don't do that to me in Master Duel though. I got cards in Master Duel now. They don't. You get cooked. You get cooked in Master Duel. Not in Duel Links. I got bullied in Duel Links. Let's do Red Reboot first. Just
okay, then we'll do my two, the two that I told you to pull.
Yes.
All right. Red Reboot. I would actually. I want to put Red Reboot either at the bottom of S or like the top of A. I don't know why, but it's just like it's one of those cards that. It's one of those cards that every time I've ever played it, I've proceeded to immediately win the game. Or every time it's ever been played against me, I've proceeded to immediately lose the game. Like, it's just one of those cards that, like, I don't know, it just feels like a tilting point in the game. And I don't know, I want to rank it probably unfairly high, just from, like, personal experience with the card. I think if I'm being objective, it's probably at the bottom of A.
Yeah, I mean, I think, especially at Master Duel, because it's at 2. I think it's a crazy card. It got banned in the TCG for a reason, which I think I disagree with that decision. I think like even leaving it because it was at 1, right? It was at 1 in TCG.
It was at 1. I do think it's a remarkably frustrating card at 1, though. It's like, you know, like the argument for like, do you ban Mystic Money, do you put it to 1? And it just makes it so much more frustrating when you get hit with the card when you know it's a 1 of.
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, like, you know, you're probably hitting, you know, more cards are like more degenerate than like something.
I mean, I also think too, Red Reboot was primarily like a side deck card.
Yeah.
But it was just like such a powerful side deck card. And especially when you had multiple copies of it, like it really removed like, you know, it's something you have to be wary of when you go first in like a game 2 situation. You know, has your opponent through evenly matched in, and do you have an answer for evenly matched? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like Red Reboot was just like, it's an answer to evenly match that you don't even have to commit to the field.
Right.
Like you can just fire that off from hand, and it's like, cool, yeah, you give your opponent a set trap, but a lot of times it's going to be like an imperm.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're setting up that heavily that like you care about that much about getting evenly matched, like I don't know. I might be having like a personal bias. I might think this card is like way better than it is, but like I can't remember ever losing after resolving Red Reboot.
Yeah. I think honestly, I think at 1 because of the side deck situation, I think it was fine. You know, I just don't think like aside from like a lot of Flunderies and the Feather Duster, okay? That's the Storm, the Feather Storm.
I was gonna say Feather Storm, sir. Feather Storm.
Aside from that, and like maybe, you know, and at the time it got banned, I'm trying to think back then, right? Because it got banned what, like in 2021.
I forget. I mean, I was still playing. I know I was still playing Prank. Was I playing Prank Kids? Hold on. Let's find out when Red Reboot got banned, because now I'm curious. When did Red Reboot get banned?
Because was that around the time Red Appointer got banned?
No, that was Appointer. The Red Lotus was way later. When did Red Reboot get banned? Nope. Forbidden Limited List, January 1st, 2024.
Really?
Oh, why is it showing me traditional format?
Yeah, I mean, well, you find that. Yeah, I mean, Red Reboot for me. You said A tier, right?
I'd put it in A tier. +2, it's like, oh, here, a year ago, October 3rd, 2020. More than a year ago. I don't know why it says that. October 3rd, 2022. So it's been banned for a bit over a year.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I just think it's one of those cards that I feel like it was fine at 1 because you gotta draw the damn thing, you know. But yeah, if you draw it, like yeah, it could definitely win you games by itself, especially like. But you know, it's like there's cards that like. But you have to go to specifically. It's like, okay, well, are you going specifically against Labyrinth or like Eldritch? You know, that like, okay, then yeah, it's an auto win against that. But like, you know, to be fair, these other decks have like cards like, you know, you have the Virus, you know, that's like, oh, show me everything, and then destroy all that shit, you know, and then for the next 2 turns, I see what you draw, or whatever, you know. And then they keep those cards around, you know?
I just like... Okay, I really like... This one's weirdly hard for me to be objective about. I just also really love the card. It came through for me way too many times. So I would say, yeah, let's do bottom of A for Red Reboot.
Red Reboot, I agree. Bottom of A. Alright, okay. Go ahead and go up about the Gemini Imps twins or whatever.
Okay. I can't rank Gemini Imps really high, but I'm going to pull up the effect of Gemini Imps so I can read it, because it's just one of my favorite cards that... It's one of those cards that feels like it's always so close to being playable, but like never is. During either player's turn, when your opponent activates a spell, trap, or monster effect that could make you discard when it resolves. I love that wording. You can send this card from your hand to the graveyard, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it, then draw one card. So, like, if we ever got... Like, I wanted to play this in Infernoble format when, what's it called? When they had Smoke Grenade of the Thief.
Yeah.
The problem was, like, they just, like, generally already had negations live when Smoke Grenade of the Thief was, like, doing its thing.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, it just feels like a card where if we ever get into a format where there is, like, where it is, like, a hand loop heavy format, specifically with discarding, like, it could be really good. Because it is just, like, a straight-up +1. Like, you negate whatever your opponent's doing, then it has destruction on top of that, and then you get to draw a card on top of that. And +2, funny enough, since it negates activation, you can use it in the damage step for whatever that's worth.
Yeah.
And it's a dark level 4 fiend. Like, it's one of those weird ones that has a lot going for it. It's just never had a moment to shine.
So, I don't know. Gemini, this card, right? What is it? Gemini twins?
Gemini
Imps.
Imps.
Yeah. So, I get what you're saying. I mean, we have had a couple of hand loop formats, right? Like when we had the Smoke Grenade of the Thief and all that. And this card never popped up, you know? So I'll have to disagree. I want to put this in the F tier, you know?
Put it in D. Make me happy and put it in the D tier.
Here, I'll make you mad. I'll just put it in the top of D.
Okay, I'll take that. I mean, I don't know. This is also, like, it's a personal thing, too. I just, like... And I feel like it is one of those ones, too, where it does suffer from, like, there's better things you could be playing in, like, like, a hand loopy format. Like, you know, like, even against, like, something like Dark World, which has some cards here and there that do make you discard. I mean, their main one shuffles back into the deck, so it doesn't even work there. But, like, just droll them, and that's it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just always had this weird soft spot, like this special place in my heart. I love the card, and I wish it were better.
Is it because you look like the purple guy?
I wish I was ripped like that purple guy. Jesus.
Are you not? I thought you were. So yeah.
I'm working on it. I'm getting there.
You try to turn. Next time you guys see Keysby, he's gonna be like that.
The last one, and I think Karibo is honorary top of the list at S because Karibo is the original hand trap. Just purely for that fact, Karibo is the first hand trap. Karibo is my favorite response to when people are like, oh, hand traps ruined Yu-Gi-Oh! And you're like, hand traps have been around forever. And they're like, no, it's a modern thing. It's like, Karibo.
Yeah, but come on. Like, I'm down with giving it, like, extra points for being the first hand trap, legacy tax, plus first hand trap tax. I'm cool with that, but I don't know about S tier.
Top of S tier. Top of S tier for Karibo.
I'll put it on top of F tier for you. All right, we can put it.
No,
it could be, look, the two other Karibos are here. It could be the first one. It will look like an evolution.
Are we gonna forget that when you play Karibo, it infinitely spawns more Karibos on the field, and they self-destruct with anything that they come in contact with? Like, Karibo's a board wipe.
You know, I would rather forget. I would rather forget.
And whatever the hell that it did in the anime, where they just made up effects for Karibo. Oh, that's so rude. Come on. Karibo's the first hand trap.
Alright guys, this is you're about to get, I hope that you get the most hate. I hope this video like does well, and then people are just like, don't let this guy make a tier list ever again. I'm like, you know what? You're right. We're not gonna
I have some weird opinions about some of the hand traps, like, you know, the fact that I think Ash is a B personally. The fact that did I say Nibiru was also a B and you put it in A anyway?
No, I think after we talked about it, we put it in A for sure, because we were like, it's definitely better than Ghostbat.
I don't know. My initial take is still, I think Nibiru is still a B, but that's my personal take. Same with Ash, but I understand putting them in A. I think those are probably my hottest takes on here?
I got some hot takes on your hot takes, which is the Gores and the Honest Tragonia.
I mean, I still think Gores deserves. I think Gores deserves the S because I don't know. I don't know if anyone else does this, and I'm sure like if you started playing like, in the past like 5, 6, 7 years, and you never experienced Gores, you probably don't play that same way. But I still like, unless there's like a specific reason, like I want to hit with Apex Avion first, just in case like my opponent does something down the line, so I'm not losing an Apex attack. Yeah. Generally speaking, I'm always attacking lowest to highest because, Gores existed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't do that because I didn't play during that era. I started playing in like 2019, 2020. You
haven't experienced that pain.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I agree with most of this list. Obviously Maxi is crazy. I think the A tier looks fine. The B tier looks fine, except that Gores.
Yeah, Gores should be an S. it's iconic.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here you guys have it. Sorry, like we some of these hand traps, never personally used them. So we can't really, we did our best, and I think this is pretty good right here.
And if we didn't mention your favorite hand trap, I'm sorry. Blame whatever list that Google produced for this.
Yeah, they had on this list, they had Maxi as number 20. So
I do want to make a couple of honorable mentions that we don't have images for. The other Psy-frames, which one is the one that does spells? Delta, right?
Yeah, one of them.
I mean, honorary mention to Delta, that saw play in the recent YCS, and I think that's like kind of a brilliant like meta call, especially in like Snake Eyes format where, like everything really runs off those starting spells. I think the Delta is a really, really fun tech for that. It lets you like reserve your Ashe for like other things too. And again, like I think Ashe is good if you're playing like 15 hand traps, which these decks all were.
Yeah.
Trying to think of other ones that aren't on here that are worth an honorable mention. I mean, I mentioned Savrius, the Ascended Dragon, which I should look that name up right now because I think I'm like calling it the wrong name.
Oh, and by the way, to anybody, because we did talk about this. You remember, side note on this is nothing with hand traps, but if you do Flameburger or that Sinful Spoil that pushes a monster to the spell trap zone, if you do pendulums, it actually does not act as a pendulum card.
Really? Mm-hmm. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so yeah.
Even if you put it in the pendulum zone for them?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I mean, I doubt that's ever gonna come out, but that feels like a ruling nightmare. Oh, and by the way, Savrius, the Ancient and Ascended, that was I was close on the name.
Yeah, what does it do again?
That's the one that its hand trap effect is if your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a monster you control, discard it to negate the activation. And then it has an on-field effect that until Voiceless Voice came out, I don't think it ever come up before.
Oh, now I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Honorable mention for that one. I actually have a few more off the top of my head that weren't on the list. If you want me to run through them,
go for it.
Ghost Mortar and Moonlit Chill. It's very similar to Effect Veiler. It's but you can only use it when your opponent activates the effect. Like it's got to be on the summon. Hold on, let me just double check that really quick. I've always thought it was a really, really cool card. And it is seeing play right now because unlike Effect Veiler, if your opponent special summons a monster, you can target one of those monsters, negate its effect until the end of the turn, and then your opponent takes damage if that monster leaves the field. So it's also like bonus for like playing in time.
Yeah.
It is a viable option right now because unlike Effect Veiler, it plays under what's it called, Dimension Shifter, because it is just a straight up discard. It's not a maybe I'll play that instead of Effect Veiler and Memento. That's just more fun. And it's a tuner and it's a 3, so you have all that fun stuff. I think that's definitely worth a mention right now. I would probably put that at the top of B. I think it's a little too specific, because it targets, I mean, effect filler targets also, but B, like, you have to use it on summon of the effect. But maybe even bottom of A, because it does play around Dimension Shifter in that very, very fun way.
What about Spooky Dogwood or whatever?
I was just about to say that. I would put Spooky Dogwood at like the top of C, bottom of B. It's a card that purely exists to win in time. That is the only reason for it. You bring that in game 3, and you just hope that you can win in time.
Cool. Yeah, I don't have any more. Do you have any more? I don't have any more.
I do have one more. Hang on. I gotta find it. Underroot. Okay. This is one of my favorite ones. It's not that good, but it reads like it should be. Red Blossoms from the Underroot. If this card is in your hand, you can target a spell trap in each graveyard, banish them, and if you do, special summon this card. You contribute this card, then target one Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, or Link monster in either graveyard, banish that target, and if you do, special summon one monster from your graveyard with a different monster type, Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, Link, than the target. And you can only use it once per turn. It just reads like it should be really good, but it's like weird. Once you like start seeing it in action, it's like weirdly specific.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I remember when it was announced that it was coming to the TCG, people were like briefly excited for it, and then everyone kind of like read the card and was like, this is actually like kind of weirdly hard to set up. But I don't know. I always thought it was fun. I think it's one of those ones that, like, I don't know, it feels kind of like Gemini Imps to me, where it's like there feels like there could be a universe where maybe this card could be good. We just have not crossed paths with that universe yet, so until then, I don't think it's ever going to see play. And I would probably put that at like the bottom of D.
Here, let's do one last one.
One last name drop. What do you got?
Labyrinth Kukla.
Oh, I mean, we could keep going too. All the Labyrinth ones, those I think are like, those are weird because they're so hyper specific to that archetype that, like, rating them generically, they're all Fs. Like, you try to play that in Snake Eyes, it doesn't do anything. But like within the deck itself, they're an S tier hand trap because you have to play them for the deck to function. I don't really want to count those as hand traps even. I think those are like too locked into a deck. But one that we did miss is the Bystials.
We're talking about Honest and Dark Honest.
Honest and Dark Honest are semi-generic. Like, you can play Honest in anything with. You can play Honest in Cyber Dragon if you want to.
Yeah, but they're lights. You can't play Honest in friggin' Castero or in Salamangreats or.
I don't know. I would consider Honest a more hand trappy than the Labyrinth ones. I don't even really think of the Labyrinth ones as hand traps the more I think about it. I think they're just effects that activate in the hand and discard themselves. The Bystials, though, I do want to special mention the Bystials because those are absolutely... Oh, and DD Crow. All right, let's do the Bystials first. I think the Bystials range from S to B.
Yeah.
I think Druid Worm, and also I think it's a little bit format dependent, but I think Druid Worm is absolutely insane. Like really, really, really powerful. You get the twofer of you can snipe something out of the graveyard like as it's activating or whatever, and then you get a body on field. Yes, it has to be a light or a dark, so like maybe not an S right now, but like when Tier Element format was around, like all the Bystials were just insane.
What'd you say? Tier Elements?
Yeah, like in Tier Element format, all the Bystials were insane because like a Tier Element activates its fusion effect, you snipe it with a Bystial.
What is it?
And, like,
Tier Elements.
Tier Elements.
It's Tier Element.
You know what? It was Tier Element in the OCG, and I still call it that.
What's if it was Tier Elements in the OCG?
Hang on. Tier Element OCG names. I'm gonna find the Tier Element Japanese name because I'm convinced.
I was like confused. I'm like, what is it?
I'm
like,
pretty sure it was.
Yeah, there's like an A in there. Tier Elements.
I don't know. You know me. I don't call anything by the right name. I'm still getting slack for double A Zeus.
Zeus.
No, yeah, the Bystials I think like could range from S to B. as far as like generically how good they are, but also they're very format dependent. Like, I don't think they're as great generically right now. Like, Snake Eyes is tier 0, and they're just all fire, so, like, what are you banishing?
Oh, no, you're crazy. Oh, you know what? Actually, after this video, or whenever you get time, I'll have to show you. Oh, no, I might not have it. This is crazy. I played, right? And this guy, we had, like, it was funny, because he had, like, the Blue Eyes mat. Like, I was like, man, we got, like, the same shit. This guy, I was comboing off with Snake Eyes. I go to attach IP to put it in the spell trap zone. He does Sonar or whatever, the black purple one. Bestial. Banishes him IP. We play, but I was able to stop him. I win. I do another duel, right? This next opponent has the same field, everything, right? And I look at his name, and I was like, I didn't catch the last guy's name. I was like, is this the same fucking guy? So I'm doing the same play, but like my board was a little bit worse because I think my board before I had Unicorn and then the other shit. So this time I only had like Snake Eye stuff. I do the same play, IP Masquerena, Flame Burger to put in the spell trap zone. Same card, Bestial Sonar or whatever. Banish it. No, I was like,
that's funny.
I was like back to back. I was like, there's no way that we're playing again. And then like this one was a little bit harder. No, it was a totally different person. But it was like the same fucking play. I was like, yo, and he was playing this via too. I was like, what the fuck?
That's hilarious. Yeah, wait. I have more honorable mentions that weren't on this list. If you want to rapid fire through a few more before we finish the video.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, Artifact Lancia. Super format dependent, but like when it's good, it's insane. But right now, I would probably put it like at the bottom of C. I think it's like a little too specific in what it does. Skullmeister. Skullmeister is cool, but I think it's really low impact. I'm gonna probably put it. I would put Skullmeister like in C right now.
C.
Yeah, it's good, but I think it's just like a little too specific. I was playing Skullmeister in Flandreese for a very hyper-specific reason.
For tier.
I think... What's up?
For tier.
No, to stop people from getting, what's it called? For, Necroworld Banshee. I was specifically playing it for Necroworld Banshee. Because everyone was teching that for Flandreese.
Yeah.
And Zombie World was just such a, like, dead end for that deck. But I think like generically there's just like better stuff that achieves the same goal, like DD Crow. Did I say DD Crow? I think DD Crow is like high A tier right now.
Yeah.
By the way, Dimension Shifter's not on this list, by the way. Dimension Shifter is S tier, absolutely. I would put it at the bottom of S tier.
Facts, yeah, I agree.
Token Collector, I think right now is like a D tier, but when it's good, it's really good.
Yeah.
That's like a super format dependent one. Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries, we didn't get on there. I think Ghost Reaper was really, really good back in the day, but I just don't think now, like, I don't think decks are so, like, choke pointed in on one card. Like, it was really good when, like, Sky Striker in toss format was, like, the best deck, because you would just, like, rip Kagari out, but now I just think there's so many decks that can just, like, play around it in so many different ways. I would probably put it, like, mid-C. Trying to think. I'm like going through. Oh, no material. I'm going through my binder right now to see like different hand traps that I just have.
This video is gonna be 2 hours long. Y'all about to watch a movie.
No material. I would put that like probably bottom C. It just, I don't know. I feel like there's a reason that no one plays it. I know it has seen play, but again, I just think there's like better stuff you could be playing that you get more generic use out of. I'm going through the book. That could actually be it. I mean, do you want to consider Dogmatic a Fleur-de-Lis a hand trap?
No, because I mean, you know, that it basically would be like Labyrinth, Ku Klux, you know.
I do think it's a little more generic. Like, you just put that into anything that's playing a Dogmatica package, but I think that's like stretching the definition of hand trap at that point.
Yeah, but you could do the same, right? You could be like, if you put in a package, it's kind of like, you know, hey, I could put in like Labyrinth and put the ladies and then put like a couple welcome labyrinths in there, and then it's live. You know.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip that one. But Chaos Hunter we didn't talk about.
Chaos Hunter. Chaos Hunter. Like, if I was to put it in here, if it was a Duel Links list, I'll put that in like B. Here, F.
I wouldn't put it in F. I would probably put it. See, I would put that one in C also, because I think it's like really good when it's good, but it's also again like hyper format dependent.
I've never seen that to any format.
It was seeing play in the TCG for a while.
When?
I'm trying to remember what the format was, but I do remember like getting Chaos Hunters was like impossible. They got really, really expensive for a while.
So yeah, Keysby is talking about like talking to Keysby about Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like talking to a boomer about like back in the day. He's gonna say like 2009. They're making 209.
This wasn't 2009.
This was close.
No, it had. I mean, it was
when
after.
When did Chaos Hunter come out? There's no way. Let me see when Chaos Hunter came out.
Hold on. Here, let's see.
This is $15 now. What the fuck?
Dude, yeah, it's like, it's one of those cards that like when it's good, it's really good. Chaos Hunter. When did this card see play recently? All right, come on, load the data.
This shit came out in 2011. And Storm of Ragnarok.
It saw a lot of play in 2023.
Because of cash?
Oh, and it saw January 2018. It was in 110 top decks.
Okay, what about after that?
Yeah, 2023. Yeah, probably isn't out to cash Tira. It would just like, since you can't banish anything.
But compared to 2018, how many people played in 2023?
In 2023, it was in. Basically, it was in like most of the top decks in YZS London, like as a side deck card.
Give me a number. Don't say most. Give me a number.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh,
8,
I thought you had a number.
9,
like you said 118 earlier.
11, 12, 13, 14 top decks in early 2023. And yeah, I think it was specifically for Kashtira to deal with that.
And how much it was in 2018?
2018 was 110 top decks.
Yeah, so 18 is most? No, stop it. You see, this is what I'm talking about, y'all.
I think Chaos Hunter was worth a mention. Wait, we missed Contact C.
You know what? We'll have to do a part 100. Like we're gonna get a season 2 out of this.
Yeah, well, they missed so many. Hold on, I want to see how many decks Contact C was in.
We're in 48 minutes on this part.
Yeah. Okay, Contact C has not seen as much play as I feel like it has, because I feel like every time I played like Hurley or anything that used the extra deck, I just got hit with Contact C all the time. Contact C is gonna get a C for me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, because Contact C is like, I mean, right now it's like, yeah.
Again, it's like specific, and it can totally like work against you. Like, I actually think Contact C is kind of terrible right now because like, well,
you're giving them like free gas is what you're doing.
Yeah. Like your opponent normal or special summons a monster, you can special summon this to their field, and they have to use it to link.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm gonna make
like cool
IP Masquerena now.
Yeah. Like enjoy. I'm going to play SP Little Knight now. Thank you.
Exactly.
There's just like so much generic link to you, but like, I know people were playing it in Pearl, like, or it was a tech against Pearly for a while, but like, people figured out really fast that Pearly could just like make a link too.
Yeah.
And then like continue their plays. Like I know, especially after SP Little Knight came out, like I was like, oh, okay, thank you, Contact C. I will just go ahead and link off into Pearly, I guess. Yeah, or link off my Pearly and my Contact C into SP Little Knight.
That's right. All right, y'all. Well, this is gonna be it. We're gonna have to cut this video because we have a fucking hour and 10 minutes of of video that I'll have to edit.
That's what you get when you invite me on the channel. I'll go on a tangent. I'm trying to think if I missed any other hand traps. I'm like going through I'm going through my good stuff binder right now, and I can't find anything. So
Yeah, I was trying to do like a good tier list, not like mention all the ass tier cards.
okay, no, I mean I think we covered the big ones, but there were a few that I was like, and I'm very surprised aren't on this list. I mean, I'm sure, Gemini Imps, I get it, it's not on the list, whatever. But yeah, like Ghost Mortar feels like a weird one to not include, and like like even what's it called? Spooky Dogwood feels like a weird one not to include.
Yeah, well, I got this from the top 20. The top 20, not all the hand traps in the world, like the top 20, so that's why.
I'm shocked that Dark Honest made the top 20. This is one of those like AI generated lists. But dude, it's been fun. I've enjoyed doing this. Hopefully no one cancels me over my opinions about hand traps.
Don't worry, because they're gonna look at this shit, they're like, an hour and 20 minutes, I'm watching that shit.
We're riffing, we're having a good time.
Yeah, no, I'm having a blast, but yeah, like people are like, what the fuck, I'm watching that shit. That shit is an hour and 20 minutes. Like, they're gonna skip to the end. Okay.
Well, then they're gonna miss all our honorable mentions. Anyway, buddy, yeah, thank you again for having me on. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate you coming on and everything, and I hope the people enjoy. And please check out PBTCG's channel, especially if you just randomly found this video, because he's like my sensei. Like if I'm decent, he's good. And he's really the one that anything that I really do can, like through Yu-Gi-Oh or anything, I always run through him, and I consult him about things and everything, and he's definitely like the only reason I'm even half decent in Yu-Gi-Oh is because
thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah, and he has a bunch of content on there. He has Let's Plays, which you're actually on season 2 of your Let's Play. Right?
Oh yeah, season 2 of Nightmare Troubadour. I recorded the first 5 episodes. I just got to edit them now.
There you go. Yeah, expect those in the next coming months while he gets those edited. And he just let that go. You're like,
I have nothing more to say about that one.
And the Mementos, the Pearly. Like if you guys play Pearly or Flu, definitely Flu. Check out his videos. He has a bunch of videos on flus, like those weird rulings, and for sure, like no bias. I feel like his videos. I mean, by the way, like Hollywood grade videos, edited very beautifully. Yeah, and but like just the depth that you go in like explaining the plays, the whys, the hows, and why we do things, and all that. Is like unlike anybody else, and it always makes sense and everything. So if you're looking to learn how to play Flu and Pearly or Mementos, definitely check out his channel.
Thank you, I appreciate it. And check out Lou's channel for just great fun content from a great fun guy.
That's right. And if you want to get smoked on freaking Master Duel, let me know. Go ahead and put your duelist ID in the comment section. I will add you, and then we can get it. And I'll happily put replays of me beating y'all on YouTube and on TikTok. Trust me, I will fucking do it.
Oh man.
All right, well, we're gonna end the video here, guys. Appreciate you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed and everything. So hope you guys have a good day.
Catch you all later.